I sit here in front of you guys, furious at myself, disgusted at myself for making a mistake of adultery.
Kobe Bryant's reputation as a devoted husband has been shattered. Vanessa Bryant has finally broken her silence, exposing years of betrayal and secret affairs that Kobe kept hidden behind his superstar image. These new revelations have completely shaken the way people view their once perfect marriage. Let's get into the dark truth behind Kobe's secret double life. It turns out the NBA legend wasn't as spotless as fans believed. Far from it. Vanessa's shocking statements paint a haunting picture of a man living two lives. The devoted family man on camera and someone very different behind closed doors. The breaking point traces all the way back to his infamous 2003 scandal in Colorado. The one that nearly destroyed his career and marriage. Imagine the scene. It's 2003. Kobe Bryant is untouchable. The face of the Lakers, a five-time All-Star, rich, adored, and married to his high school sweetheart, Vanessa. Everything looked perfect from the outside. But behind the lights, the trophies, and the polished smile, a storm was quietly building that would explode into one of the most shocking scandals in sports history. That June, Kobe traveled to Eagle, Colorado, supposedly for a routine knee surgery. But instead of a peaceful recovery, his trip spiraled into chaos that would haunt him for life. A 19-year-old hotel employee accused him of assault, and the world stopped. Overnight, the golden boy of basketball was facing accusations that tore apart his clean image and forced Vanessa to confront the unthinkable.
Well, I think it's the challenge is who you are as a person. To have to go through something like that, with not only individually but as a family, and then for the organization, the Lakers organization, my teammates, it was extremely difficult, and you kind of had to do some soul searching, because you're fighting numerous battles at the same time, and you're just kind of trying to figure your way through all of this mess.
The young woman, an aspiring singer who had even auditioned for American Idol, claimed Kobe invited her up to his suite for a private tour. What started as playful flirting allegedly turned violent behind closed doors. According to her, Kobe suddenly became aggressive, choking her, bending her over a chair, and forcing himself on her despite her desperate pleas to stop. She ran out of the room in tears, telling a coworker that Kobe had just attacked her. Witnesses described her as visibly shaken, crying, and terrified. The medical evidence added fuel to the fire. The assault nurse reported multiple vaginal injuries, bruises on her neck and jaw, and DNA evidence that matched Kobe's shirt. It was undeniable proof that something intense had happened that night. When questioned by police, Kobe first denied everything, but once the evidence surfaced, he admitted to having sex, claiming it was consensual. What truly shocked investigators was Kobe's disturbing explanation of his behavior. He casually told them he had a thing for choking during sex, though he wasn't sure how much force he used. Even more stunning, he said this wasn't something he ever did with Vanessa, only with other women. That revelation painted a chilling picture of a man leading a secret, dangerous double life. Then came another bombshell. Kobe admitted to an earlier affair with a woman named Michelle, describing the same kind of rough encounters. He dropped her name so casually that detectives realized this wasn't a one-time mistake
Well, the problem with his relationship with Shaq is he said to investigators, Shaq fucks around all the time. And like Shaq, that got back to Shaq, and that was not good.
This was a pattern. Kobe spoke about other women like it was normal, like cheating was just another part of his lifestyle. There was no guilt, no hesitation, nothing that hinted he understood the weight of what he was saying. And just when things couldn't get any more shocking, Kobe brought up his Lakers teammate Shaquille O'Neal during questioning, a comment that would spark even more controversy and hint that his reckless actions weren't entirely isolated. The truth behind Kobe's private life was darker than anyone could have imagined, and Vanessa was left standing in the middle of it all, forced to decide whether to stay by his side or walk away from the man the world thought was a hero. Kobe Bryant's double life just kept unraveling, and what came out next shocked even his biggest supporters. It wasn't just a one-time slip or a few mistakes. Insiders claimed that Kobe messed around all the time, exposing what many described as an unspoken culture of cheating among NBA stars. In that world, infidelity wasn't rare. It was almost expected. Over the years, more and more names started surfacing, turning whispers into explosive accusations that Kobe's so-called mistakes were actually part of a long-running pattern.
It was mainly an annoyance because it became like it sucked the oxygen out of everything. So he would go to Eagle, have to fly back for games, fly back to Eagle, fly back to games, report late, check in the second quarter.
One of the most talked about rumors involved Playboy model Jessica Burciaga, a name that set tabloids on fire. While both Kobe and Jessica denied the claims, sources close to the Lakers' inner circle swore the connection was real. This wasn't just random gossip. It hinted at Kobe's deep ties to women from the modeling and entertainment scene, showing how far his secret life allegedly reached. Then came another shocking rumor. Actress Sanaa Lathan, a respected Hollywood figure, was also linked to Kobe. This one cut even deeper because it blurred the line between Kobe's sports world and Hollywood elite. It wasn't just about casual hookups anymore. These were alleged affairs with women inside his own professional network. People who could easily cross paths with him and Vanessa in public. That kind of betrayal stung differently, but nothing could prepare fans for the wildest claim of them all. Reports suggesting Kobe had been involved with as many as 105 women during his marriage. That number sounds unreal, but insiders whispered it for years, saying the scale of his infidelity was far worse than the public knew. Even if that figure couldn't be proven, the fact that it was circulating among people close to the couple says everything about how widespread the rumors had become. What made it even more heartbreaking was how Vanessa found out. It wasn't Kobe who confessed. It was the other NBA wives who pulled her aside and told her the truth. Imagine hearing about your husband's affairs from the wives of his teammates, women who had seen it all and couldn't keep quiet any longer. That kind of humiliation left scars that no public apology could erase. The fallout was devastating. The emotional toll on Vanessa became unbearable. And in 2005, she tragically suffered a miscarriage.
Mi hija dijo, ¿cuál casa vendemos? Dijo, ok, grandma, la de grandma se va a vender. Y fue cuando ahí ella hizo la decisión. Y ya después ella me dijo, necesito que te salgas de esta casa.
Kobe himself later admitted in his 2015 documentary that the loss was caused by the stress of his scandals, saying tearfully, "We were expecting our second child, but there was just so much stress. She actually miscarried. The reality is, it happened because of me. That's something I gotta carry forever." His confession broke hearts everywhere, but it also confirmed just how destructive his actions had been. Behind the scenes, reports say Kobe had developed an entire system to manage his affairs while traveling, using team trips, hotel stays, and private meetups. He allegedly found ways to hide his encounters even while maintaining a loving image on camera. That level of deception didn't happen by accident. It took planning, confidence, and an almost chilling ability to separate his two lives. Vanessa, meanwhile, was crumbling inside. She had to smile for cameras, attend games, and play the role of a loyal wife, all while knowing her husband might be betraying her on the road. The emotional weight of that double life was unimaginable, and the miscarriage only deepened her pain. And here's the part that left people speechless. All this began when Vanessa was just 21 and pregnant with their first child.
We just found out that Kobe Bryant his wife has just filed for divorce. What do you guys think?
Sick to his stomach. I know he's sick. No prenup. His team's looking crazy right now. Kobe just needs to go retire, I think, at this
Wow.
Because his mind's definitely not on basketball. Definitely not.
The Colorado scandal had hit barely 2 years into their marriage, and yet the pattern of cheating reportedly continued through the 2000s, even after the public disgrace, the apologies, and the diamond ring worth millions that Kobe gifted her as a peace offering. The behavior allegedly didn't stop. By 2011, Vanessa had reached her breaking point. Sources claim she hired private investigators, and what they found was the final straw. They allegedly caught Kobe in yet another affair, proving that despite everything, despite years of second chances and public forgiveness, he still hadn't changed. That discovery pushed Vanessa to file for divorce, the ultimate proof that even the strongest woman can only take so much betrayal. The whirlwind of Kobe's secret affairs was only the beginning. What came next would rip his family apart from the inside. Those betrayals lit the fuse for years of bitter conflict, heartbreaking betrayals, and a near divorce that almost wiped out everything Kobe and Vanessa had built. But behind all the drama between the couple was an even darker truth. A full-blown family war that nearly destroyed the Bryants from within. If you thought Vanessa's confession about Kobe's infidelity was shocking, wait until you hear what happened behind closed doors.
I wish my husband was here to accept this incredible award. He and Gigi deserve to be here to witness this. Gigi would be so proud to watch her daddy get enshrined into the Basketball Hall of Fame. I know Kobe's really looking forward to being here. He asked the Hall of Fame to specifically add a 6th ticket for Capri. He was so happy.
The so-called perfect Bryant family was living in chaos, torn apart by loyalty battles, cultural clashes, and the crushing weight of fame and money. What the world saw as a fairy tale romance was actually a storm of resentment, jealousy, and pride that lasted for decades. Let's start with a secret that most fans still don't fully understand.
Thank you for waking up at 4 a.m. to train. for making it home to kiss me good morning, and for dropping our girls off at school, only to go to practice, come home, and pick up our girls from school whenever you could. Thank you for never missing a birthday, a dance recital, a school award show and tell, or any games our daughters played in if your schedule permitted.
Kobe's parents, Joe and Pam Bryant, didn't just disapprove of his marriage to Vanessa. They fought it from the beginning, and their reasons went way deeper than people realize. According to insiders, Joe Bryant was furious about Kobe's decision to marry someone outside his race. Sources say he had major issues with Vanessa's Latina background, and he made no effort to hide it. When confronted about his son's choice, Joe allegedly said, "It's his life. We've got nothing to do with it." That cold statement set the tone for years of family estrangement. Imagine that. On one of the biggest days of Kobe's life, his wedding day, his own parents refused to show up. No hugs, no smiles, no support, just silence.
Dear Kobe, thank you for being the best husband and father you could possibly be. Thank you for growing and learning from your own mistakes. Thank you for always trying to be better. Thank you for never giving up on us.
The absence of Joe and Pam was a brutal message. They were rejecting not only Vanessa, but their own son's happiness. That heartbreak created wounds that would never fully heal. The fallout was devastating. Kobe's parents completely cut him off, and Joe didn't even meet his granddaughter Natalia until she was 2 years old. 2 whole years gone. He missed her first smile, her first words, her first steps. Can you imagine a grandfather choosing pride over family like that? It was a shocking example of how deep the resentment ran within the Bryant household. Meanwhile, Vanessa wasn't spared her own family drama. During her 2011 divorce filing, her stepfather came out swinging, publicly calling her a gold digger. He claimed she only married Kobe for money. That accusation didn't come from a random tabloid. It came from someone who had once called her daughter. The betrayal was brutal and deeply personal, adding more pain to an already collapsing world. But the tension between Kobe and his parents only escalated from there. In 2013, things exploded when Joe and Pam Bryant tried to auction off Kobe's personal memorabilia, and they did it without his permission. We're talking championship rings, signed jerseys, trophies, and keepsakes from his early career, items that carry deep sentimental value.
Thank you for never telling me no and always letting me have my way most of the time. Thank you for being patient and easygoing. Thank you for letting me burst your bubble every chance I got. Thank you for graciously taking all my harsh comebacks.
Kobe was stunned and furious, and he didn't hesitate. He took them to court. Imagine the heartbreak of suing your own parents just to protect your legacy. Kobe's lawsuit forced the auction house to cancel the sale, and Joe and Pam eventually issued a public apology saying, "We apologize for any misunderstanding and unintended pain we have caused our son." But by then, it was too late. The damage was permanent. The trust completely destroyed. Through it all, Vanessa stood by her husband, but she wasn't keeping quiet anymore. After years of tension and disrespect from the extended Bryant family, she finally let her feelings out publicly. In a raw and emotional Instagram post, she wrote, "When you give, and they take, at what point do you draw a line in the sand? Then she added a string of hashtags that revealed everything she was feeling. Hashtag hurt, hashtag devastated, hashtag confused, hashtag angry, hashtag really, really mad, hashtag counting blessings. That post was more than just frustration. It was a woman hitting her breaking point. Vanessa had spent years trying to keep peace, only to be met with rejection and greed from both sides of the family. Her words weren't just emotional, they were liberating.
My husband and I were sitting at our kitchen island, and he and I had a conversation about my mother and father-in-law attending tonight's enshrinement. I invited my mother and father-in-law to tonight's enshrinement to thank them for bringing one of the most amazing human beings into this world.
For the first time, the public saw the raw pain behind the Bryants' glamorous image. The Bryants' family feud wasn't just a private matter. It was a war fueled by pride, money, and old wounds that fame only made worse. What looked like a dream life from the outside was, in reality, a battlefield. One filled with secrets, hurt feelings, and betrayals that money couldn't fix. Vanessa Bryant's emotional Instagram post didn't just expose her frustration. It revealed everything that had been going on behind closed doors. First, it proved she had been quietly supporting Kobe's parents financially for years, even though they had repeatedly disrespected her. Second, it showed just how much pain and exhaustion she'd been carrying. And third, it made one thing painfully clear. Even someone as private and composed as Vanessa could only take so much before finally breaking her silence. But sadly, the family chaos was far from over. Fast forward to 2020, just months after Kobe's devastating death, and Vanessa was hit with yet another betrayal, this time from her own mother. In a shocking move that stunned fans everywhere, Sophia Lane filed a $5 million lawsuit against her grieving daughter, claiming that Kobe had promised to support her financially for life. The timing couldn't have been crueler. Vanessa was still mourning her husband, trying to raise 4 daughters, and suddenly found herself being dragged into court by her own mom. Sophia's claims went deep. She alleged that she had spent years working as an unpaid nanny and assistant, caring for her grandkids and helping around the house, all under the assumption that Kobe would take care of her forever. It was an emotional bombshell that split public opinion wide open. But Vanessa didn't hesitate to respond. She called the lawsuit what it was, extortion, and denied every single claim. She said her mother's story was completely fabricated, a cruel attack during her most fragile moment. The betrayal hit Vanessa like a punch to the gut. Think about it. For years, she had been surrounded by family drama, in-laws who refused to accept her, a stepfather who once labeled her a gold digger, and now her own mother suing her while she was still mourning her husband's death. It was like she could never escape conflict, even inside her own bloodline. What made all this even harder was the constant public spotlight. Vanessa wasn't just dealing with private pain. Every argument, every lawsuit, every rumor was blasted across the internet. She was battling on all fronts, protecting her children, defending her reputation, and trying to rebuild her life after tragedy, all while feeling utterly alone. But the cracks in the marriage had appeared long before Kobe's passing. Back in 2011, Vanessa filed for divorce, citing irreconcilable differences. And that filing exposed the full extent of their fractured world. Insiders claimed that Kobe's continued infidelity was a huge part of the decision, but it wasn't the only reason. The nonstop family conflicts, from his parents' bitterness to her own relatives' accusations, had finally become unbearable. And here's the part that shocked the entire sports world. Kobe and Vanessa never signed a prenuptial agreement. That meant if the divorce went through, Vanessa stood to receive half of Kobe's estimated $150 million fortune, along with several of their luxury mansions. The numbers alone made headlines. Talk show hosts, radio personalities, and sports commentators couldn't believe it. How was Kobe supposed to keep his focus on basketball while his personal life was collapsing in front of millions of people? The divorce announcement hit the public like an earthquake. For years, fans had seen them as a power couple, a symbol of endurance and redemption. But behind the smiles and courtside photos, there was a storm that never stopped brewing. The split revealed the full scale of Kobe's alleged infidelities, which, according to several insiders, had continued well after the 2003 scandal. Reports claimed that Vanessa had hired private investigators who allegedly caught Kobe in yet another affair. This time, a very recent one. It wasn't just old mistakes haunting them. It was new betrayals happening right under her nose. Anonymous sources linked Kobe once again to Playboy model Jessica Burciaga and actress Sana Lathan, though both women publicly denied any involvement. Still, the rumors wouldn't die. They painted the picture of a man who, despite public apologies and countless second chances, might never have truly changed. Vanessa, according to TMZ sources, felt utterly disrespected, not just by Kobe's alleged actions, but by the continued rejection from his family. She was surrounded by judgment, criticism, and betrayal from every direction. Imagine trying to hold your home together while your husband's mistakes and your family's greed threaten to tear everything apart. Vanessa Bryant wasn't just living through drama. She was surviving a full-blown war on every front. Between a husband who couldn't stay loyal and in-laws who had never truly accepted her, her life became a battlefield of loyalty, heartbreak, and strength. But what makes Vanessa's story so powerful is that, against all odds, she rose above it all. Despite the chaos, the betrayals, the lawsuits, and the endless headlines, she somehow found her way back, not just to peace with Kobe, but even to moments of healing with parts of his family. When Kobe and Vanessa officially called off their divorce in 2013, it wasn't just a romantic reunion. It was a strategic rebirth. They weren't pretending the pain hadn't happened. They were rebuilding from it. Together, they drew new boundaries, emotional walls designed to protect their marriage and shield their daughters from the toxic drama that had poisoned their early years. The wars that nearly tore them apart revealed something profound, something that most couples never learn until it's too late. They realize that sometimes choosing love means choosing each other over everyone else. Sometimes protecting your peace means cutting off even the people who claim to love you. And sometimes the real threat to a marriage doesn't come from lies or distance. It comes from family, from the ones who were supposed to have your back, not stab it. But just when it seemed like Kobe and Vanessa had finally found solid ground, tragedy struck. A tragedy that rewrote everything we thought we knew about their love story. On January 26th, 2020, the world stopped. A helicopter carrying Kobe Bryant, their 13-year-old daughter Gianna, and 7 others crashed near Calabasas, California, killing everyone on board. The news sent shockwaves across the globe, but for Vanessa, it was more than a loss. It was the day her entire world shattered. In the weeks that followed, the NTSB investigation revealed heartbreaking details. The cause of the crash was pilot disorientation in heavy fog, a preventable mistake during what was supposed to be a simple trip to Gianna's youth basketball game. But buried inside the details of that day were clues about just how far Kobe had come, about the man he had become before his life was cut short. During her emotional Hall of Fame speech, Vanessa shared something that no one expected, a detail that showed just how much Kobe had changed as a husband and father. She revealed that when Kobe learned he was being inducted, he had requested 6 tickets, one for every member of his family, including their baby daughter Capri, who was barely walking at the time. That simple gesture said everything. It wasn't just about celebration. It was about inclusion, love, and legacy. Kobe wanted his entire family by his side for his greatest moment. Then came the moment that broke everyone's hearts, Vanessa's personal revelations about their daily life. She described how Kobe, despite his fame and relentless schedule, lived like a devoted family man. He would wake up at 4 a.m. for training, come home to kiss Vanessa good morning, drop their girls off at school, go back to practice, and then return to pick them up whenever he could. That image stunned fans everywhere. This was a man who had once been consumed by ego and fame, now transformed into a hands-on dad who treasured every second with his daughters. It was a complete turnaround, a redemption arc few could have imagined. From the young superstar who nearly lost his family to infidelity, to a husband who had learned to cherish the little things. Morning kisses, school drop-offs, bedtime talks. Kobe had evolved, and Vanessa's words made that clear. But perhaps the most touching moment came when Vanessa looked up at the sky during her speech and said, "Thank you for growing, for learning from your own mistakes and always trying to be better." Those words weren't just gratitude, they were closure. A message to a man who had hurt her deeply, but had also fought to change. She ended by saying, "Never giving up on us." And that phrase carried a weight only they could understand. It meant surviving the 2003 assault case, the public cheating scandals, the family feuds, and the 2011 divorce. Every storm that tried to destroy them. By the time tragedy struck, their marriage had transformed into something unbreakable. They weren't just husband and wife anymore. They were survivors of a love story that had been tested in every way imaginable. At any point, either Kobe or Vanessa could have walked away for good, but they didn't. Vanessa's later revelation made it crystal clear that Kobe had fought for their marriage with the same fire and discipline he once showed on the basketball court. That same relentless drive he used to conquer championships. He used to rebuild his home. And what she shared about their private life stunned everyone. Vanessa said, "Thank you for never telling me no and always letting me have my way most of the time, and for letting me burst your bubble every chance I got." That wasn't the image people expected of a global superstar known for his ego and dominance. It shattered the stereotype of Kobe as the controlling alpha. Instead, it showed a softer, more balanced relationship. One where Kobe had learned to laugh, to compromise, and to make his wife's happiness a priority. He had gone from the fiery, headstrong athlete to a man who could find peace and humor in letting go of control. Those words painted an intimate portrait of emotional growth, of a man who finally understood what it meant to be a partner, not just a provider. But even after Kobe's death, the revelations about their bond kept coming, and they only deepened the public's understanding of what that relationship truly meant. Legal filings from Vanessa's lawsuit against Los Angeles County revealed details that no one was prepared for. The document showed that Vanessa found out about the helicopter crash, the one that took Kobe and Gianna's lives, through social media and TMZ, not from officials. Can you imagine that level of heartbreak? In her deposition, Vanessa recounted how she immediately called the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department, desperate and trembling. She told Sheriff Alex Villanueva, "If you can't bring my husband and baby back, please make sure that no one takes photographs of them. Please secure the area." Those words weren't just a mother's plea. They were an act of love, a final attempt to protect her family's dignity even in death. But what came out next shocked the entire country. The investigation revealed that county deputies had shared graphic photos of the crash site, passing them around at bars and social gatherings like twisted souvenirs. Some even used the images as conversation starters. The thought of her husband and daughter's final moments being treated like gossip was horrifying, and Vanessa made sure justice was served. Her lawsuit wasn't about revenge or fame. It was about accountability. And when she won the case and was awarded $29 million, she turned around and donated the entire sum to charity. That's right, every dollar. She wanted to make sure no other family would ever endure the same nightmare. That move silenced every critic and proved one thing. Vanessa's fight was about principle, not profit. Her emotional testimony during the trial became one of the most heart-wrenching moments ever seen in a courtroom. She recalled begging the sheriff again, saying, "If you can't bring my husband and baby back, please make sure that no one takes photographs of them. Please secure the area." Then, through tears, she revealed how she cried, thinking, "My baby's daddy wasn't there to protect her." That line broke the internet. It was the rawest glimpse into her pain. A mother and wife trying to defend the dignity of her family after the world had already taken so much from her. The case exposed just how deeply the system had failed them, but Vanessa's strength turned tragedy into legacy. And just when everyone thought they'd heard it all, another revelation surfaced. One that made people see Kobe in a completely new light. Vanessa revealed that just a week before the crash, she and Kobe had sat together at their kitchen island, having a deep conversation. They were talking about something that had haunted him for years: his parents. Despite all the bitterness, the lawsuits, and the years of silence, Kobe told Vanessa that he wanted his parents to attend his Hall of Fame induction. He wanted them there for his biggest honor. That single moment said everything. It was the final act of forgiveness from a man who had spent his whole life chasing perfection, now finally chasing peace. Think about how full circle that was. The young Kobe, who had once rebelled against his parents' disapproval, had become a grown man ready to heal those wounds. He wasn't just building bridges for himself. He was doing it for his daughters, for his family's future. From a marriage born in scandal and tested by betrayal, to a partnership rebuilt through forgiveness and understanding, Kobe and Vanessa's story transformed into something much deeper. It became a testament to growth, to the idea that even the most broken hearts can learn to love again, stronger than before. Kobe Bryant's transformation wasn't just emotional, it was generational. He went from being a man consumed by his own ambition to one who actively included everyone, even the very family members who had once turned their backs on him and rejected his choice of wife. His growth as a husband and father ran deep, and the way Vanessa described it proved just how far he'd come. She revealed that Kobe had developed what she called an almost obsessive dedication to being present in his daughters' lives. Not just showing up for the big moments, but being there for the small, everyday ones that most celebrity fathers miss completely. He wasn't just attending recitals or games. He was there for drop-offs, homework, and bedtime stories. Vanessa explained that Kobe had built a system around family life. Every detail of his schedule revolved around his girls. He'd plan his training sessions during school hours, line up practice times so he could do school pickups, and whenever he had to travel, he'd bring the family along whenever possible. That wasn't the self-focused superstar the world once knew. This was a husband who had reinvented himself around family first. This transformation was massive. The man who once chased glory and validation had now learned to find peace in the quiet rhythm of family life. Vanessa said that Kobe became patient and easygoing, 2 words no one would have dared use to describe the ultra-competitive Black Mamba in his prime. His transformation from ruthless perfectionist to nurturing father shocked even his closest friends. And Vanessa's tribute to him during her Hall of Fame speech summed it up perfectly. She thanked him for tolerating her sarcasm, for smiling through her fiery comebacks, and for always letting me have my way, most of the time. That line wasn't just sweet. It revealed a marriage built on balance and humor, not power and pride. Kobe had learned to let his guard down, to laugh, to listen, and to love differently. His ego had taken a back seat to their partnership, and that's what made their bond truly unbreakable. But then came a twist no one saw coming, a modern revelation that showed how much Vanessa herself had evolved since losing him. In 2025, wild rumors started spreading online, claiming she was pregnant again. And instead of addressing them with frustration or lengthy explanations, Vanessa responded with a single meme that hilariously dismissed the gossip in one post. That moment was small but powerful. It showed how much she had grown. Gone was the young woman who once felt the need to write long statements defending her husband's scandals, or clarifying every rumor. In her place was a woman who had learned the power of silence and how to use humor and grace to shut down drama instantly. Her 2025 meme response was a masterclass in modern crisis control. Simple, funny, and effective. She didn't give gossip sites the attention they wanted. She took control of the story without saying a word. That calm confidence showed just how much she'd evolved through years of public heartbreak, betrayal, and loss. The same woman who had once faced humiliation and family wars now carried herself like someone untouchable, unbothered, and unshakable. Vanessa no longer explains or defends. She chooses what to share. And that shift marks a deeper transformation. She's no longer surviving the storm. She's commanding it. But Vanessa's strength goes far beyond social media. In recent years, she's also had to confront conspiracy theories and false claims about the helicopter crash, rumors that tried to twist the truth about Kobe's death. Her approach? Total composure. Instead of feeding the noise, she redirected all energy towards something meaningful. The Mamba and Mambachita Sports Foundation. That foundation became her purpose and the purest reflection of the values she and Kobe shared. The organization helps underserved youth and expands access to sports opportunities, continuing the legacy Kobe started. But Vanessa didn't just maintain it, she grew it, adding education, mentorship, and empowerment programs that turned grief into impact. This wasn't about fame or image, it was about purpose. Vanessa was finishing what she and Kobe had begun together, building something that outlasted both tragedy and gossip. And in 2025, Vanessa took that legacy one step further with the announcement of her book, Mamba and Mambachita Forever. Instead of letting the media twist her story again, she decided to own it, to tell it her way. The project isn't just a memoir, it's a declaration. It's her chance to show the world who they truly were behind the headlines. Two flawed humans who fought, failed, forgave, and found peace. Through that book, Vanessa isn't chasing sympathy. She's reclaiming narrative power. She's turning pain into history, heartbreak into wisdom, and tragedy into legacy. From the young woman who once stood in her husband's shadow, Vanessa Bryant has transformed into the torchbearer of his legacy. Fierce, graceful, and unstoppable. What started as a love story filled with scandals and heartbreak has evolved into something much greater. A story of survival, reinvention, and the kind of strength that can only be forged through fire. Vanessa Bryant has come full circle. Her evolution is nothing short of remarkable. She's moved from reacting to every rumor to mastering her own story, controlling what the world sees and when it sees it. This shift from emotional crisis management to strategic storytelling shows a woman who's no longer trapped by the past. She's shaping her own future. And when Vanessa declared 2025 as the year of the Mamba, it wasn't just another tribute. It was a powerful statement, a promise to carry forward the same unstoppable mindset Kobe lived by: discipline, excellence, and resilience. This wasn't about basketball trophies or stats. It was about embodying that Mamba mentality in every part of life. The truth is, the story of Kobe and Vanessa isn't one of endless drama. It's a story of growth, redemption, and love that refused to die. What started as a fairy tale turned scandal eventually became a masterclass in forgiveness and evolution. The couple that once fought through infidelity, family wars, and public humiliation didn't crumble. They transformed. Vanessa, the same woman who once made public admissions about her husband's cheating, who battled her in-laws and endured global scrutiny, learned the power of restraint. She doesn't overshare anymore. She chooses her words like a queen who knows silence can be louder than a speech. Her calm, measured responses to gossip aren't weakness. They're wisdom earned through pain. What's most powerful about Vanessa's story isn't found in courtroom documents or viral headlines. It's in the quiet details she's chosen to share, the ones that show who they really were behind the fame. The 4 a.m. wake-ups, the school drop-offs, the dance recitals, the late-night talks at the kitchen island. These weren't glamorous moments, but they were the heartbeat of a real marriage. That's the part people rarely see, the normal human rhythm of love that survived everything from betrayal to loss. Their relationship wasn't perfect, and Vanessa never claimed it was, but it was real. It was fought for, rebuilt, and evolved into something that neither of them could have imagined when they were just two young lovers caught in the storm of fame. The so-called shocking revelations about their relationship weren't really about scandal at all. They were about transformation. They revealed a man who learned humility and a woman who discovered her own strength. Together, they proved that love isn't about perfection. It's about endurance, forgiveness, and the courage to keep showing up. Today, Vanessa continues to turn pain into purpose through the Mamba and Mamba Cheetah Sports Foundation, expanding Kobe's dream into something even bigger. A legacy built on empowerment, discipline, and heart. Her declaration of 2025 as the year of the Mamba symbolizes not just remembrance, but rebirth. It's about triumph over tragedy, growth over gossip, and love over everything else. Their story reminds us that even after the deepest heartbreak, healing is possible and legacy can outlive loss. So, what do you think about Kobe and Vanessa's incredible journey? Do you believe their story proves that love can survive betrayal, grief, and time itself? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into the untold truths behind the legends.